We've gotten better. Just getting to know each other. I think we do now. The abilities of different guys and things of that nature. So yeah, we've definitely gotten better. I think since the first day. Each one, each one they did work hard. Just nobody's perfect. And you can take the best. Hall of Famer, and you can see that nobody's perfect, but they work hard, and that's something that we carry to each and every scrimmage with just the way that we work. And from there we will clean up all the, missed assignments and things of that nature, which will happen. But other than that, they're working their butts off. They're all working hard. We'll need every last one of them. Jeff Petrowski has the most experience. Just throwing him out there as one that just did play a lot last year. But it's going to be by committee. The entire crew is going to have to, come in and play hard. I believe in, it's not going to just be one guy. It's going to be the defensive line unit. We'll see. One game it might be one guy. Next game be another guy to show out. Have a game from game to game. We'll see who's the best player that day. He's an outstanding young man. Works hard. He's very, very knowledgeable of the game. Very fundamentally sound. But different areas. Just a little bit more a different technique, more so than what he's been accustomed to. But he's accepted it. I challenged him. I told him I was going to challenge him, put him in uncomfortable situations. That's the thing you have to do. When you've gotten to the point to where this is training camp number 5. I was like, shit. So how do I get excited for that? So then, like I said, so you don't get bored. Just finding different things every day. Yeah, I nitpick. I try to be an asshole to him the best I can. But he'll always show me up and he'll get it right. You know what I mean? So, phenomenal football player, and I don't think he's going to sneak up on anybody this season. I really don't. Everybody will know who he is. Still kind of evaluating him through the course of this week. Until we get all the way up to game time. Giving him some opportunities to get in there and continue to show some growth. So, which one will be available right now? I couldn't tell you. I'm still evaluating those guys, so I don't have any one to say. You know what I mean? Like I said, we all the way up to Jacob Slade. Nobody's spot is, you just can't just feed yourself in. You got to still work and earn it. And so those young men that you mentioned are working hard to find themselves a place. And like I said, I tell them all the time, he's one play away from having to go out there. So we just continue to work and to get better. So when their number's called, I just hope that I've done a good enough job to get them prepared to perform well. I'm just learning the instinctive things. You figure you take a kid that's been playing defensive end all his life. He's seen all the different things. It's just instinctive. So he's with each and every rep. He's growing. And learning more and more. And so that's all it is. Just continuously getting more and more reps at the position and just growing, developing an instinct and recall from different things that he's seen to be able to react faster. Like I said, one, the credibility of what it takes to be an NFL football player, working with them. And of course you got myself and you got Coach Vickerson that played, but we old, fogey, washed up, dudes. But he's current, he's involved with those guys right now. So he's able to give a lot of information as to what it takes, to help these guys understand. And then, like I said, he's a very, very knowledgeable coach also. And, between himself, Coach Vickerson and me, we feel as though, we got these guys are pretty, they're well taken care of with the knowledge of the game. During the course of the season, he was kind of hampered by that, like a club when I watched, I think really for all of them, it's just going to be health. I think, all the way across the line, I think all the guys they're going to play extremely hard. They all have the ability to be able to function. I think we got a really, really good group, but health is going to be the issue. Having to go out there and playing with a club on your hand hampers your ability. Having a jacked up shoulder or neck or whatever. So just working through that and just praying for great health. And I think Simeon, if health is not a major issue, he should, we got, between Slade and himself, two of the better defensive tackles, in my opinion, in college football. He's been working extremely hard. You see, he got his weight down. He's very dedicated, has a passion, working his butt off. Between him, and Maverick Hansen jumping in there, it's not going to be a drop-off, and they're competing. Like I said, that's part of it, too, with Jacob and Simeon. And, them guys just breathing down your neck. You know what I mean? They're having a really good camp and working really hard. So, you know, just excited about those guys ready to get the season started. He's been doing really well. Today, you know, was out there running around, looked really good, you know, and excited to get him out there, you know. But he's gotten better. Like I said, the entire group, man. I've been extremely pleased with the work ethic. Man, we got a lot of stuff to clean up. Man. Not to get confused that we just do everything freaking right, but they go hard. You know what I mean? And you know, and that in itself, from there, you know, we'll get those things. Those other things are coachable and fixable. But, you know, if we ain't playing hard, we in trouble. Which they've been working really hard. Definitely. I mean, we work together. I mean, you know, the secondary. You know, we got pretty good guys back there. You know, they work in tandem. You know, and there'll be times where we're gonna need them to hold and to cover for about 4 seconds to get us there, and there's gonna be times we're gonna have to get there in less than 3 to make sure we cover up some issues with them. So it's not one or the other. We got to have both. You know, and I think we've shown throughout the summer that, you know, it's pretty well coordinated. You know, of course, you know, we'll see when we go out there and them bullets flying for real. So, he's been doing well. You know, like I said, all the freshmen. You know, he's right there, and they've been working really hard, developing. You know, so we'll see. Just continue to work and help them understand the pace, the speed, the size of the guys. You know, as a freshman, you know, it's a big adjustment. Now school's about to start. You know, so it's a bunch of different things that, you know, for freshmen to adjust. But so far, he's been doing pretty well. It's probably about the same. Well, at least when he got here, you know, he definitely is probably a little heavier than what he was as a senior in high school. Not much bigger, but he's probably about, you know, I would say probably about 7 to 10 pounds out to check, not positive. But, you know, from when he got here, he's, you know, pretty decent. I just gotten more muscular. The strength and conditioning staff has been doing a really good job of, you know, getting that build together, getting rid of that baby fat. You know, still working on it, but, you know, he's trending in the right way. And like I said, everybody, you know, the whole group, everybody is one play away from playing. We're preparing everybody to be able to play a role at some point during the course of the season, because we're going to need them all. And Tank is no different. He's been out there again, working hard. You know, again, got them all waiting for their number to be called and be prepared. And that's my job as a coach, to make sure they're all prepared for whenever it's necessary for them to play. Well, you know, that's something he did in college, high school, you know what I mean? So it's not an unfamiliar position for him, you know what I mean? He has, you know, experience at the position. It's more so just his experience. Like I said, we don't have much experience at the position. He's played that position on this level, you know? So, you know, it's more so his experience. He's explosive, you know, he's a playmaker, you know, he's an older guy, strong. You know, so, but he's, you know, definitely, I'd say the biggest thing is experience and recall, recognition of things. We're still working it out. I mean, you figure this, we still got a few more days. Want to see how he looks and things of that nature, trying to get all the best players out there that we can. So we'll see, and it'll be evaluated, you know, sometime before game time as to how and how much before we play. Well, definitely, you know, helps me because we can kind of, you know, each guy can kind of take a portion of our, you know, as we prepare for a team and things of that nature. But the ones that benefit the most are the players. You know what I mean? They have, you know, 3 sets of eyes, guys with great experience. You know what I mean? If you can't catch one, you catch the other one. Plenty of people around to help you show. There's no reason not to know when you have, you know, 3 coaches available to help you. You know, so, you know, of course, it definitely is a benefit for me and then the other 2 guys too. We all share in that. But ultimately, it's the players that benefit the most. Well, that's it. You know, I tell them, you know, I'm not asking you guys to do anything that I wouldn't do or haven't done myself. You know, so when they try to say something wrong or whatever, I say, man, you know, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm the wrong one to find sympathy with. I'm the wrong one. You know what I mean? You know, because, you know, one, the era in which I played, being a father and raising children and knowing them, you know, all gone through college. So there's a lot of different scenarios that as young men, you know, they try to, you know, it's just being young men trying to see how they can be slick and get through stuff. But, you know, I was like, man, nah, man, I done been there, done that, got the T-shirt and the hat, baby. So, you know, it's not too much they can, you know, pull over. And then again, like for instance, today we had, you know, we have a certain amount of lows. We'll do up downs after practice, or if we have an offsides, I get down there and do it with them. You know what I mean? To just show really that we all in this together. You know what I mean? Direct reflection of me. So, you know, if you ain't running and getting to the ball, you jumping offsides, I consider it my fault. You know, so I'll help them understand that. And, you know, so far it's been so good. You know, I've been okay anyway. I'm still working. You know, these kids these days. It would have been good to have that information. You know what I mean? He's very knowledgeable. You know, a lot of things that, you know, even now as a player, you know, as a former player, thinking back on some of the things that we were doing, and now that I'm a coach, I recognize some of the faults and things that were just done for years. You know what I mean? It's just not the right way. And having somebody to buck the trend and not follow what's perceived as being the way that just the way we do it with no rationale would have been good. You know. But yeah, definitely, man. A guy like BT is definitely beneficial for these guys. But shit, I mean, you got a lot of, you know, guys out there, trainers and stuff like that out there. That's the wave now in our society, whether it be as a defensive back, a quarterback, a lineman. You know what I mean? That's the hustle nowadays. Not to say BT is an awesome guy, but you know, it wasn't as out there. It wasn't as many opportunities or as many people doing that type of stuff when I was coming up.